All right, everyone, Wayne here, and we've got a really important task for all of you who are in the state of California and frankly even beyond, which is to help us make for history in the state of California. Many of you know that we passed the fur ban through the state assembly, which is the lower house of the California legislature, just a few weeks ago. Now it's gone on to the Senate, which means we need to win the next 3, maybe 4 votes in order to make for history in the state of California and start an unstoppable chain reaction around the world. And all of you can help us do that. I'm actually going to walk you through it very simply because many of you have probably heard of lobbying and it sounds kind of intimidating and strange and scary and maybe kind of a little bit elitist and professional. But lobbying is actually quite simple. It is simply trying to influence your elected officials to do the right thing. That's all it is. And you can do that so many ways. You can do it by emailing, phone calling. You can do it by showing up to a legislator's office in person. And we're actually going to do this together. I'm going to actually make a phone call. I actually realize I'm on Facebook Live, so I need to borrow someone else's phone. Thankfully, guess who I've got next to me? Shilo, the social media superstar. So Shilo, can I borrow your phone call to make a phone call when I need to?
I'm going to share this first.
Okay, so Shiloh's going to share this live stream first, which all of you should be doing too. Are you all sharing the live stream? Comment you're sharing. And then we're going to lobby together. I'm going to have to borrow Shalom's phone call to make a phone call to my senator, which I've already done before. I'm going to do it again to make sure they know that I, as a constituent in the state of California, want to make for history. But for those of you who don't know what's going on, first of all, what hole have you been living in over the past 2 years? No, I'm just kidding. For those of you who don't know what's going on, we are on the brink of a major political breakthrough in animal rights history in that the entire state of California, the 5th largest economy in the world, is about to ban the sale of fur. But to do this, we need to get through so many stages of the legislative process. We had to get through the Water, Parks, and Wildlife Committee, the State Assembly, the Judiciary Committee, the Appropriations Committee, and then the full Assembly. And now we're moving on to the upper house of the California legislature, the Senate. And to get the bill through the Senate, we need all of you to help out in whatever way you can. You can tweet, you can email, you can go on Facebook and comment at state legislators. But the thing I'm going to be doing right now is calling. And calling is very simple. Just go to furshistory.org. You can go to furshistory.org, and I'm actually on the website right now. Here I am, Furs History. And it says, do you have 2 minutes to help? Call your state senator this week to ask them to support AB 44. Calling is easy. It just takes 2 minutes, and we have a script you can use. The script and directions on how to get the names of your state representatives are here. And I'm going to click right here. Okay, so it says, calling your senator. Making a phone call to your representative's office is easy and just takes 2 minutes. It doesn't require in-depth knowledge about the bill, which it doesn't. Just simply say you support the statewide fur ban AB 44. To find your senator's phone number, click here and enter your address and zip code. And we've got this convenient app that we put on our website, Find Your Senator. And I'm going to put in my address, which is 25. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't say it on Facebook. I'm going to say it anyways. You know what? I trust all of you on Facebook. None of you are going to come stalk me or harass me or burn my house down, right? Are any of you going to do that? Tammy's definitely not going to do that. Caitlin's not going to do that. Jackie, are you going to do that? No one's going to stalk me or burn my house down. Colleen, obviously, is not going to do it. Laura's not going to do it. Laura's amazing. So I'm going to trust all of you and say my address is 25 Plaza Drive, Berkeley, California. And I'm going to put this in and just search. I'm going to click search on my computer. And it gives me Senate District 9, Nancy Skinner, Democrat, 916-651-4009. So, Shilo, do you want to do the honors of dialing the number?
What's the number again?
It's 916-651-4009. And I'm going to make a phone call to Senator Skinner's office right now. And you all can listen in. So let's see what happens. And hi, my name is Wayne, and I'm a constituent of Senator Skinner's. And I wanted to call just to ask for her support in passing a statewide ban on the sale of fur. I think the legislation is AB 44. Do you know if Senator Skinner has a position on the bill? Okay. So she's checking to see right now if the senator has a position on the bill, which I'm hoping is the right position, which is, of course, supporting the animals and the environment by banning the sale of fur. Sorry, I'm just talking to some of my friends on the phone, too. They're wondering what's going on the phone, and they support this bill, too. So. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a member of a group called Compassionate Bay that has a mailing list of 10,000 people in the Bay Area. And we're all, constituents of Nancy's and some other folks in the Bay Area, including San Francisco, all really, really hoping she votes for it. And I know Nancy has a great record on environmentalism and animal rights. So I suspect she's going to support it, but it would reassure all of us if we could get an official stance of hers on the bill. Sure. My last name is H as in Henry, S as in Sam, I, U, N as in Nancy, G as in Gary, and I'm a Berkeley resident and voter, obviously. Okay. And I love Senator Skinner. I voted for her, obviously, and I'm just hoping she supports the bill. Do you think it's likely she's going to support it based on what you understand about the bill? Huh. Okay. Is there anyone who could? I'm just wondering if I can get some intelligence because I'm thinking about even driving up to her office, but if it's not necessary for me to do so, I won't do it. And I'm guessing she's going to support it because she generally supports animal rights bills. Okay. Okay. Is there any way I could find other information about her position or her likely position other than just kind of showing up at her office in Sacramento or locally? Okay. So maybe on Monday? Okay. Is there anything else you think I could do to just show Senator Skinner she's going to get a lot of support if she votes for the bill? What I should be doing? Okay. Okay, great. Well, I hope you get lots of calls on behalf of ABA 44 because, I've seen what happens to these animals. My family's from China, so I've seen just like the terrible things they do to even dogs and cats. And so I'm hoping you and everyone in your office and obviously Senator Skinner will support the bill. Thank you very much for taking the call. Okay, bye. Yep. All right, folks. So it was that simple, right? And Senator Skinner is someone, I'm actually a little surprised she doesn't have an official stance on this bill yet because she really should. She's gotten a ton of phone calls about the bill and we're hoping she gets more. But, whoever your senator is, if you're in the state of California, please call her or him or them. And if you don't have a senator in the state of California because you're not a resident of the state of California, encourage all your friends and family members to sign up at furshistory.org. It's very simple. Ask them to sign up at furshistory.org, and they'll get an email, a text message, all the information they need to make a phone call, send an email, and so on. So in addition to making a phone call, it's good to send an email as well. And I think I already sent an email to Senator Skinner, but I'm going to send another one right now. But the most important thing, of course, is for all of you to be engaged supporters of not just this legislation, but all animal rights issues everywhere in your life. So if you can share this live stream right now, click that share button. Make sure other people hear about this opportunity to pass the ban on fur in the state of California. If you've got friends and family members who don't know about the cruelty in the fur industry, send them to furshistory.org. Send them to our video and now this that has been viewed, I think, 700,000 times now about the horrible abuse to animals in the fur industry. And most people don't realize that there's an animal just like their dog or cat home. So let's just stop for a moment. If you're watching this live stream, imagine for a moment your dog or cat or some other animal you love dearly. Now just imagine her. Now think for a moment about that animal trapped in a cage, a wire cage, pacing back and forth with no love, no companionship, not even sunlight her entire life. Now imagine that. And then imagine that animal being brutally electrocuted or stomped to death and having her skin torn off. It's unimaginable. It's almost like a nightmare that couldn't be true, but yet it is happening to tens of millions of animals every year. We can end it all, but only with your grassroots support because they have the power of money. The fur industry just hired a new lobbyist. They're coming out hard against this bill in the Senate. We have the power of numbers and the power of people. But for us to actually win, we need all of you to see the power you have in your hands. So please make that phone call, send that email, do whatever you can to support this bill. We're going to be live streaming from Sacramento next Tuesday. We just published a video on Wednesday about the horrors of the fur industry and telling the story of a little bunny named Mabel who was saved from the fur industry. And we need all of you to continue to support Mabel, to support Jonah, to support all the animals, bunnies, cats, dogs, raccoons, foxes, mink, all these animals who are horribly abused simply because some wealthy person wants their beautiful skin. That's not right. It has to stop. And Lisa agrees, which is why she's back. So I don't think I have a whole lot else to say. What else did I say I was going to talk about? I don't even remember what caption I put. What was the caption in this live stream, Shiloh?
How to lobby your senator.
Oh, how to lobby your senator. So other things you can do is, and actually I'll do this right now. Well, actually I'm not going to do this right now. Other things you could do to be a more effective lobbyist is learn a little bit about your background, the background of your senator, by going to their website, seeing what policy initiatives they've supported recently. It always helps to start out by saying, you know, I support this senator, because people who like them. Let me just say that again, because that was a mouthful. People like people who like them, and senators are the same. So if you start out a conversation by saying to a senator, you're a great senator. It's so great that you're a supporter of environmental legislation, or it's so great you're a supporter of animal rights legislation. It's going to make them more likely to want to support you. So doing some research on your senator to find out something you can acknowledge about the work they've done that's positive. Find out what values they have. Find out what organizations have endorsed them in the past. So if the Sierra Club or the Humane Society or Greenpeace have endorsed them, you can tell them, I'm a member of the Sierra Club, or I'm a member of Greenpeace, or whatever it is. And I support you, you've supported us. Now let's work together on this other issue that's also really important, namely animal rights. So there's so many ways to show a senator that their own base supports this issue. And the last thing you want to do is call a senator and say, hey, I don't like you at all. I'm in the opposite political party. I am not at all interested in the organizations that historically endorsed and support you. And in fact, you know, I think you're a scumbag. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. You want to show the senators and assembly members that we're on the same team in order to convince them to vote the right way. So someone else, Colleen Cameron, is posting an event page, which is a really important event page, because on June 25th, we're hoping to mobilize like 100 plus people. We want a ton of people, dozens of people to come out to Sacramento. It's a lot of fun to come out there because we can all hang out, have some delicious food together, meet a bunch of activists. And this event, on this hearing, we're actually going to be doing this cool drone shot. We're going to have this visual display where everyone's going to be holding these placards up in a cool visual pattern that says "Make for History," and all the drine. What's a drine, Shiloh? Is drine a word? No. Can you look up drine? Let's look up drine. Shiloh is going to do some tech support for us and some English support for us, because many of you know English is my second language, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But Shiloh, thankfully, is an English expert.
Yes.
She's the one who actually writes all my Facebook posts. Just kidding. I write most of my Facebook posts. I don't think you've written any of my Facebook posts, actually. So never mind. It's all a lie. It's all a scam propagated by DXC.
No, that's not.
Is drine a word? So we looked up drine and we got drone. So apparently drine is not a word. You learn something new every day. But we're going to be using a drone. Sorry, let me correct myself. We'll be using a drone in Sacramento. Wow, this is actually a pretty cool backdrop. Look at this lighting behind me. It looks like I'm in the sun. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm in the middle of the sun? I might be in the middle of the sun. It's like all orange behind me right now. Let's see what happens if I just put up. Look at that. Now it doesn't look as orange. Now it looks orange again. So cameras are really weird. Like, it's so weird how the lighting in a camera, and it just tells you something about the human eye and how fancy the human eye is. Because if you think about it, the human eye is kind of automatically color correcting at all times. Because if you saw me from the same perspective and vantage point as this camera lens, you probably would see this and not this. And yet through the camera, it looks like I'm in the middle of the sun. Wonders never cease. Isn't that right, Shiloh? The world is I almost called it a amazing place. Amazing place. So amazing is a word that the Oxford English Dictionary has just recognized, and it is a combination of miraculous and amazing. Amazing. I swear to God. Actually, I don't swear to God. I don't believe in God, actually, so I can swear to God because it doesn't matter if there is no God. Shiloh, do you believe in God? You don't believe in God either. Okay. I'm sorry for those of you who believe in God. I don't have anything against anyone who believes in God, for the record. I think people who believe in God are amazing. Cassie believes in God, and that's awesome. You know, I no offense to any of you. Amazing. So James Wood even has a pretty awesome smazing spelling of amazing. What did I say? Spacing? Spelling of amazing, which I didn't think of. I was thinking MERAZING, but his spelling, James Wood's spelling of amazing, is MARAZING. Amazing. There we go. It's amazing. So it's amazing. I don't even remember what's amazing. What's amazing? Miraculous and amazing. But what am I talking about?
I have no idea.
What was amazing? Does anyone remember what was Marazing? James Wood, what was Marazing? Robin Housley is saying, please message me back. Love you. Thank you, Robin. I think Robin wants to have a debate with me, but I'm not sure I'm going to have a debate about that issue. We can talk about this later. Colleen is saying, laugh out loud, you got distracted. I did get distracted. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, what's going to be Marazing is the drawing. The drawing shot. The drawing shot at the June 25th action is going to be absolutely Marazing. So if you don't know what a drawing is or what Marazing is, you better come to the action. It's not even an action. It's a rally on June 25th. We're going to show up at the hearing. We're going to be Marazing. Our drone's going to be flying overhead. The drone. All right, thank you, Colleen. Colleen's just corrected me. It's the drone, not the drone. The drone is going to be Marazing and spacing. The spacing of drawing is going to be correct on, no, the spelling. This is all very confusing. It's this orange glow. This is what happens when you try to do a live stream from in the middle of the sun. When you're in the middle of the sun, everything gets all messed up. Your hair's on fire. Your face is on fire. Your hands are on fire. Like the sun behind me, I mean, this is, look at this. It's all orange and it's burning us all alive. It's terrible. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not being burned alive. It's an audio. Audio? Optical. Optical illusion, not an audio illusion. So audio stands for sound. Optical stands for this. So it's so interesting. Like you can see this nice backdrop and then suddenly I'm in the middle of the sun again. See, look at this. Nice backdrop. Now I'm in the middle of the sun. Wonders never cease. It's Marazing. It's Marazing, right? Marazing. Okay. So anyways, Colleen is saying eat your grains or smoking them. Laugh out loud. Colleen, all of you know I've never smoked any weed. I've never smoked anything. You have no idea how good of a kid I've been my entire life. And my dad is going to be angry at you for calling me actually, I shouldn't. I'm actually kind of insulting people who smoke their greens because there's nothing wrong with smoking their greens. So I've done 2 offensive things in this Marazing live stream. What was the first offensive thing I did? There's something else I did that was offensive. There's something else I did that was offensive. First, I judged people who smoke their greens. There's nothing wrong with smoking your greens. And there's something else I did. I've completely forgotten.
Talk about God.
Oh, I insulted people who love God. There's absolutely nothing wrong with smoking your greens or believing in God. Both of those things are great. I support you in smoking your greens and loving God. But I support you even more in coming on June 25th. So all of you should come on June 25th because it's going to be a Marazing rally. We're going to make history, and we need every single person there. But seriously, every single person who shows up makes a big difference. And I think the event page is just dxe.io/day of action. dxe.io/day of action. So come out, come have some food together. Let's make for history together. We're going to do a drone shot. No, I'm just kidding. It's a drone shot from above with a Marazing placard display. Marazing standing for miraculous and amazing. And you're going to have lots of fun. You're going to miss out. You're going to have major FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. The reason it's fear of missing out is because the first letter of each of the words in that phrase comprises the acronym, which is FOMO. And you can also pronounce the acronym FOMO instead of FOMO because FOMO comes out faster than FOMO, which is quite slow. So Laura is falsely accusing me of killing her. That is not cool, Laura. I have not killed you, and you're still alive, first of all. You're probably in Boston, and I would never kill you because I love you. You're awesome. You're a great actress, and I would never kill you, Laura. It's not right what you just falsely accused me of. My reputation is being smeared by Laura Ray. Shalom, what do you have to say to Laura Ray for falsely accusing me of killing her?
She just thinks you're really, really funny.
That's what she's saying. So she thinks I'm funny. So I'm not literally killing her.
No.
See, Laura, I'm a very literal person, so you can't say things like that to me. I think you're actually accusing me of killing you, which I'm pretty sure I haven't done because you just commented again. Laugh out loud. Unless she's come back from the dead. Do you think she's come back from the dead?
No.
Laura, have you come back from the dead? It's very hard to tell if she's accusing me of killing her or she's come back. She's not saying she's come back from the dead. So we don't know if she's come back from the dead. Who knows? No one knows. I mean, you could have come back from the dead. I could be dead. No one knows who's dead and who's alive. Look how fast you can switch this live stream around. Look. So this is like the power of the human wrist. All right, everyone's probably discombobulated now. We probably just got someone to vomit with all this.
Maybe.
But it's just cool. Look, it's like bam, 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 bam. Is it Shlo or Wayne? Who knows? No one knows. All right, that's it. Bye, everyone. I'll see you next time.